I have a message for all of you, including the elders, and I am going to call a few leaders out on this matter. President Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu, former President Olusegun Obasanjo, former Vice President Yemi Osibanjo, Oba Oni of Ile, Ife Alafin of Oyo, Olubadan of Ibadan Alake of Egbaland, Awujale of Ijebu, Land, Olowu of Owu-Suwon of Ogbomoso, Owa Obokun of Ijesha Osimawe of Ondo Ebumawe of Ago Iwoye Ataoya of Osogbo, Deji of Akure, Timi of Ede Orangun of Ila Alapa of Okinapa, Eleko of Eko Aresa of Irisa Olugbon, of Orile Igbon, Onikoyi of Iki Alaje, of Ilu Aje Okere, of Sakia Sein, of Isain Onilala, of Lanlate Elerua, of Erua Alaketu, of Ketu Alepata, of Igboho Oluwo, of Iwo Olugbo, of Ugbo Olowo, of Owajero, of Ijero, Ekiti Alara of Aramoko, Ekiti Alawe of Ilawe, Ekiti Ewi of Ado, Ekiti Ologotun of Ogotun, Ekiti Oloye of Oye, Ekiti Owa Oye of Okemesi, Ekiti Olu of Itore. The rest, Obas, and the entire Omo Karo Ojire. I salute you all. Now that we know that some of the intentions of the foreign religions like Christianity, Islam and the rest of them is to erode and wipe out our culture and tradition, it becomes very important for the Yoruba leaders to take urgent and decisive steps to protect our culture and tradition so that we don't lose our identity as Yoruba people. We need to do this not only to protect our culture and tradition, but also to protect our identity and survival as a Yoruba race and for the survival of our children and the unborn children. Nobody becomes a Yoruba man or a Yoruba woman because he or she is a Christian or a Muslim, but rather you are born as a Yoruba man or woman as a bloodline, which is our collective ethnicity and heritage as a Yoruba people, which has nothing to do with religion. You can switch religion, but you cannot switch your bloodline, which is a more compelling bond and brotherhood that we have among us, which obviously is thicker than water and religion. We owe this a duty to ourselves and the coming generations to preserve our traditional values and our bloodline especially. We should not put our children in a position where they will be fighting religious wars in the future, God forbid, but we need to take actions now to prevent that in the future. Even in Saudi Arabia, they have a king, and no Saudi Arabian, be it a Christian or a Muslim, has the guts to insult the Saudi prince, not to talk of insulting the Saudi king. So why should we continue to allow some of these self-appointed imams in Yoruba land to be insulting our traditional chiefs and kings? Some even go as far as claiming that they are higher than the obus in the communities where they live. The intention is to continue to disrespect and erode our culture and tradition. We should, as a matter of urgency, put an end to this. It is the imams that are doing this. You will never see a pastor disrespecting any oba. Religion is a personal thing that has to be totally separated from our culture and tradition and from governance also. So I am calling on the local and the state governments in Yoruba land to come up with laws to protect our communities and obes from continuous ridicule by these lawless imams. And they should focus on spirituality and stop interfering with our traditional values and governance. Any imam or pastor who is interested in politics should resign from the church or mosque to join a political party. It is their right to do so if they want. Lastly, I want to talk about another area that needs urgent attention. It is those who call themselves Imam of Iwo, Imam of Ogbomoso, Imam of Oyo, Imam of Ile Yoruba, etc. It does not make any sense, and the intention is not religious but political. It is just like saying Pastor of Iwo, Pastor of Ogbomoso, Pastor of Oyo, Pastor of Ibadan, Pastor of Yoruba land. Does it make sense? No, it doesn't. It is actually stupid. This is what is giving them political power and making them to continually undermine and disrespect our obas. This should be outlawed by the local and state governments in Yoruba land. What should be done is give a name to their individual mosque in the communities where they can be the imam of their individual mosques, or if there is a central mosque, whoever is leader can be the leader of the central mosque. To say, Imam of Ile Yoruba is the most insulting thing you can say to us as Yoruba people, because that has nothing to do collectively to us as Yoruba people, because religion is a personal thing which is not common identity for all the Yorubas and should not be allowed because of its political consequences, which will indirectly impact and erode our traditional values. Anywhere Yoruba is mentioned, there should be no reference to any foreign religion, because the Yoruba race and the foreign religions have nothing in common. We owe it a duty to ourselves to protect our identity as a Yoruba people. It is a matter of survival, and we should take it seriously. Thank you, concerned Yoruba man Feme.